Hi, this is the final response for domain 4D, E, and F after listening to your videos. So 4D focuses in on collaborative professional learning communities, and the things that stood out to me that you said that we need to remember as building leaders is that we don't want teachers blaming kids for lack of successes. Now, I do believe they should take ownership in where they are, but we need teachers working to figure out how to reach their students, and these should be discussions that they have in their collaborative group sessions and when they're just out in their hallways. Collaboration should be expected, and you guys talked about how even in low schools it's beneficial, and you see exponential growth in buildings where collaboration's going on. I know that now that our school report cards have been released and we've been going over these with our different buildings, the ones who have successful PLC groups saw exponential growth, and the ones that don't have PLCs that are effective are still struggling. Satisfactory should not be considered good enough by our teachers, and we need to help our teachers realize that the evaluation process, the observations that we're doing, the classroom walkthroughs that we're doing, these are not forms of judgment, but ways that we are seeing that we need to find resources to provide assistance, models for our teachers, or maybe we just find out that the more we're in a classroom, the more our teachers are engaged with students. Effective PLCs are an indicator of successful schools, and so that's just something maybe I need to post on my wall so that I don't forget when I'm in my office that I need to be in those PLCs and hearing what's going on in these groups. Working with colleagues allows our teachers to share strategies and their successes or areas that they find that they need to improve themselves, and that's through that reflection process and growth with other teachers. So I feel like PLCs also keep our teachers from feeling so isolated and sometimes feeling like they're failures because their students aren't successful. And so when they're coming to those collaborative groups and they're working with others, they're able to see that other people struggle and that other students in other classes struggle as well, and that that's a place that they can work together to help all students, and they're not isolated and alone. 4E is professional development, and you guys talked about how disciplines change, and we need to make sure that our teachers have effective strategies and that they're constantly growing and looking and seeking out methods that are new. And this is just an evolving door, and as long as our teachers are growing and reading academic readings out there, that they're growing and they're learning and they're able to stay up to date on a very changing field. When I heard you all talk about that, I was reminded of how, our doctors, we want our doctors growing in their field. And I think there's teachers out there that don't really think there's a need for them to learn anymore after they get out of school. So 4D or 4E, growing professionally, is going to be important for us to take note of in our staff. And then showing professionalism, making sure that our staff is student focused, putting other students first, focusing on their content, but also making sure that they're student driven instead of content driven all the time, and making sure students take priority in their lives.